Hello and welcome, African King Academy here. Um, this is impromptu. I didn't not expect to do this, but this is a WWE Royal Rumble preview 2026. SmackDown has just finished. Obviously, it was an early SmackDown. Big up to Vigilante, Big up American Academy. Big up to Nighttime Kid. People, yeah, smash the likes, subscribe. Yeah, Jay also had a good promo. I agree, Nighttime. Big up Chris is new as well. Big up everyone inside. And yes, we will be talking everything Royal Rumble. Obviously the four main matches, both the Rumbles and the two title matches as well. But I have here with someone who hasn't been on the channel in a very long time, but he's here to talk everything wrestling. Gusty, how you doing?
What's good, everyone? Big up everyone in the chat. Big up Chris. Oh, it's not a good start. Big up Chris. Big up Nighttime Kid. Big up Vigilante Gaming. That was a very good botch to make my return to the King's channel. But look, I'm looking forward to the Rumble. I think the one of the benefits of having no news, no proper build up to the Rumble is the unpredictability. It's not a good reason to have unpredictability. Your stories should be captivating enough to create that. But you know what? I'm excited because we have a bunch of superstars. First time we're seeing Roman Reigns, the tribal chief since Survivor Series. First time we're seeing Brock Lesnar as well, thrown into the fray after many years. Cody Rhodes in the Rumble as well. Stars like Obafemi, Trick Williams, potential future superstars should be locked in for those as well. And supposedly, according to HHH, now his word may be as reliable as a politician, supposedly some surprises as well tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun and should be a memorable time, given the fact that even if the product is pathetic, even if the product is preposterous, the crowd, the Saudi crowd, say what you want, talk about money, talk about capital buying you everything. But one thing that the Saudis do better than the Americans is the crowd. So that's exciting.
And speaking of Saudis, big up Zia Talks. He just left SmackDown. He's there live and direct, man. He's in a privileged position, man. Big him up. Yeah, big up the crowd. Hey, big up Don C as well, always as well. He's going for Roman. Zia Talks is going for Roman, and Nighttime Kid is Braun Breaker. Okay, Braun Breaker will win, but I want Roman to win. Okay, so he's saying Braun Breaker will win, but he wants Roman, and Zia is going for all in for Roman. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, this Rumble is going to be different. I think for the first time, there's rumors of a couple returns, a couple surprises. Bro, by the way, I have won a key to the kingdom. Oh, mad. That's crazy. What's the key to the kingdom? What does that mean? Oh, I want Cody to turn heel. Yeah, he does need to turn heel. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's about time that he does turn heel. Is maybe listen, Cody's heel characters have been some of the best. Dashing Cody Rhodes when he was the ugly version of that as well. Every heel version of him has been good, even when he was outside of WWE. Heel Cody's been good, but we'll talk about that and a lot more. We'll start with the Women's Rumble. Obviously, that's most likely going to be the first match on the night. Find out on YouTube. Okay. Well, go subscribe to Zia Talks FCB, but he also has Zia Talks Wrestling where he talks about wrestling as well. And go subscribe to Donservations TV. I'll be there later for some football talk. American Nightmare is a dark character. Yeah, exactly, man. He's the nightmare for the reason. I dislike Coney and Chris New saying anybody but Rhea. Okay. Who's Gade? Gade will win. Zia Talks Football too. Oh yeah, Zia Talks Football too, as obviously for your Bayern Munich needs. If you want to, talk real football, not about Bayern Munich, man, that bummy club. Anyway, let's get back to the point. Women's Royal Rumble. Who do you believe is going to be the main? Well, who do you think is the top three in terms of your understanding of who will win?
Yeah, the Women's Royal Rumble, I would say I know the least about. I don't know what to expect at all. I do know the bookies have anointed Liv Morgan as the favorite, and understandably, she has come agonizingly close more times than not just in Royal Rumbles, but all the matches containing a bunch of men or women in them, like the Elimination Chambers, for example. So if Liv Morgan was to win, would I personally be happy with that? Yeah, even though I'm enjoying the tag team dynamic between her and Roxanne Perez. I guess very commendable. Like kudos to WWE in that sense because it actually has been entertaining, and Liv Morgan's acting as a storytelling perspective, not just in ring substance, quite impressive, I must say. But if she were to win the Royal Rumble, I think it would be deserved given what's happened over the last few years. And as the guys in the chat are saying, yeah, I mean, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Bianca Belair, those types of wrestlers, while I do like them a lot, they are definitely box office money in terms of reach, in terms of revenue, in terms of ratings. We just need some more diversity in terms of who is going to win. So Liv Morgan being that, I wouldn't hate it at all. And the Liv Morgan versus Stephanie Vaquer match would be fun as well. But yeah, I guess I agree. Liv Morgan would be someone to watch out for. But you can never rule out Io Sky. I mean, Triple H does seem to have an affinity towards her, so watch out for that. But my firm favorite, I know you asked me for 3. I'm not gonna give 3 because I can't give you contenders outside of Liv. My firm favorite is Liv Morgan.
Okay. Gunther got booed. Of course he got booed.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a great thing.
Liv winning, Jade will win. Well, Jade's already a champion, so Liv is such a meaty wrestler. I do agree on that point that Liv is meaty wrestler, but I will say this: her character work is really good. But for me, I think out of the women that we already know that's going to be in the fight for the championship, if they were going to go with classic names, obviously you got the likes of Bailey and Becky Lynch. Especially Bailey, I don't think she's ever had her shot at a title, so I think Bailey is someone that you may look at. I look at it this way: who do I think they want to put up against Stephanie Vaquer and Jade Cargill in terms of what would make the best match? I think the match against Jade Cargill, that for me seems to be, if Bianca's back, I think that would be the match that you put up. And I think depending on when Bianca does come back, I think you could easily have Bianca win the Elimination Chamber to face Jade. I think that would be something that could happen if Bianca is back sooner rather than later. That's for the Jade Cargill side. I think that would be her greatest next opponent. So I think that locks off that side. And then in terms of Stephanie Vaquer, I think because of how of great wrestler she is, you can put her with a Liv and it could work. I would like, as an outside pick for me, I would say Julia would be an outside pick. I would love to see Julia versus Stephanie on the main stage. I think that would be a wrestling clinic for me. Rhea versus Jade, I don't think that would work out, I'll be honest with you. Because the thing about Jade is that the wrestling match isn't going to be good. You need some storytelling behind it, and I think that's why Bianca would make sense, because the former friend, she got betrayed by Naomi. Naomi turns heel, but now Jade is a heel, so that would make sense in that sense. And then for Vaquer, yeah, Vaquer has multiple options. Rhea Vaquer could be good. Liv Vaquer could be good, and as I said, Julia Vaquer could be something that is like an outside shot. Will there be tensions between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss as a tag team? We will see. We've also promoted a lot Raquel Rodriguez. She had a fire promo on Monday Night Raw as well, so she could be an outside shot as someone that will eventually face Vaquer as well. So I feel like if you look at the matchups on the Jade Cargill side, there is not many women that you can put up against that would make sense. Rhea, maybe Bianca, Raquel Rodriguez. Those are the type of women you would say could beat her. Like optically, if you're looking at it, if you put a smaller woman against her, you need to put someone like maybe Io, who's a better technical wrestler than her. Then on the Stephanie Vaquer side, she has a bit more flexibility and options in terms of who you want. So it just depends on what they believe they're gonna be for the WrestleMania. And also, if you look at the advert in terms of the WrestleMania advert, you had Becky Lynch on it, you had the likes of Rhea on it. So if they've said that the advert is basically showing what to expect at WrestleMania. So unfortunately, I think the outside shots aren't going to happen, and I think it's going to be very predictable in terms of you're going to see one of the ladies within that kind of promo win this Royal Rumble. So you could see a Rhea, you could see a Liv, you could see a Becky Lynch win the Royal Rumble, just because I feel like they've made the promo in such a way where it has to be those are the superstars that are the marquees of your title matches. But who else do you think is you? So you just said Liv only. Is that the only option for you? Would you want a Julia? Would you want someone like a Raquel Rodriguez, someone outside the box to win, or you just think they're gonna go for the basic, maybe Liv or Rhea type of win?
Yeah, unfortunately. And you're thinking very nuanced, very logical, very short term, and very long term. Unfortunately, I don't think WWE think like that. I don't think WWE creative thinks like that at all. Jey Uso is case in point. That was solely an in the moment plus marketing decision, right? Capitalize on the sentiment of the masses, also sees the commercial value, which makes sense from a business standpoint. But from a storyline perspective, of course, Jey Uso versus Gunther was not the most compelling matchup whatsoever. But yeah, no, I agree. Rhea and Vaquer would cook. I think, but the problem is that's how I think WWE operate. And you said it best. The people on the poster, the people on the advertisements for Vegas, those are the likely candidates to succeed. You mentioned people like Becky; they're already engrossed in their own specific division or title as well. You mentioned people like Bayley. Bayley's character arc, her Randy Orton-esque voices in the head character arc, that makes sense, but I don't think it's developed enough to fully launch that into the moon either here. So I think when you narrow it down in terms of the criteria that WWE would likely use to select a winner, yeah, it'd be someone like a Liv Morgan. If Bianca Belair was fit, I would have 110% picked her for this. If I know she's fit, if I know she's in the Rumble, she would win this Rumble for the reasons you stated. But yes, Liv Morgan would be my pick. Don't count out Rhea Ripley, of course. And I would love to see the Iron Woman of it be an up and coming superstar, maybe even someone from NXT. Who knows? And also, yeah, I guess that's it. And as you said, King, watch out for the Alexa Charlotte dynamic. Maybe even Roxanne Liv betrayals. I don't know, but yeah, it would be a Liv or Rhea.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's going to be very obvious in terms of the women's side. In terms of MVPs, or Iron Women's, or or women that are going to stand out, I think Lash Legend has a lot of
Yeah,
chances to stand out.
nailed him.
Jordan Grace will definitely stand out in this type of matchup. And Sol Ruka, in terms of the NXT type of woman, I think she's the most likely to have that special moment if they book it in the right way, because I think she can be that female version of Kofi Kingston, where she does the unexpected in terms of escaping a elimination, and because she has some of the greatest moves in terms of her finisher and the ability and her ability in terms of the in ring. And I think, yeah, maybe someone comes for Rhea. That's possible. That's another way to take her out. Also, the thing about a Chelsea Green is that I think she's always going to be destined to be a mid card. That's the problem with Chelsea Green. I don't think I think she's one of those ones where she maybe gets that one-off title, similar to Miz, where he just gets that one title that one time. But I don't think this is going to be the year, because they, as I said, with the promotion, with it being back-to-back Vegas, they need big marquee matchups to, especially the prices that they're gonna expect in Vegas. In order for them to fill the seats, they're gonna need some of the top names.
Yeah, and if Vegas needs the top
Chelsea.
names, think about Mania. Think about Mania for next year either. So the chances are just going to get similar for the likes of Chelsea, who, as King said, will probably just be a president of a third world country, as in that mid card division. That's her character.
Exactly. Seth is such a but yeah, no, I think in terms of the women's one, I don't think there's much in it regards to, we know, as I said, the advertising that be back-to-back Vegas. Hey, big up. True Copyright Reds are nice. Big up. Someone new. But yeah, when it comes to the Women's Royal Rumble, I think, and both Rumbles, I think it's going to be an obvious name, especially with the way they've advertised WrestleMania. And as I said, Vegas, they have to have big names. TKO will demand it. So you're going to look at a Rhea, a Bayley, a Liv, maybe even an Io, someone that you can see as a draw. Because the unfortunate thing about the two champions right now is neither of them are the elite draws in the women division, unfortunately. So the other side of that match has to be a draw. Whoever faces Jade has to draw more than she does. Whoever faces Stephanie has to draw more than she does, because you're not, especially with Jade Cargill, you're not going to go to a WrestleMania to watch her wrestle. Unfortunately, she has the look, she has the physique, She just doesn't have the wrestling for it. So you need someone to kind of hook you into that match. Same with Stephanie Vaquer. She has the look, she has the wrestling, but she just doesn't have the WWE capital yet in terms of outside of the Booker T, the Booker T commentary. There's not much else you can hook onto her as a character, and you don't really know her as a character compared to the likes of the Rheas, the Livs, etc., etc. And that's why it's going to be a very obvious for the women's side. But yeah, man, big up, smash those likes. They beat Spurs. Who's that? I don't know about that one. But we'll move on to the next matchup. I think I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be the career match in second, AJ Styles versus Gunther. I would like your thoughts and feelings in terms of that match type. Who you think's gonna win? And what will AJ do beyond that? Will he still be in wrestling in another company? Will he go TNA? Will he go AEW? Because he did say in his speech that he has people that he has on the bucket list. What do you think will happen with him?
Yeah, I mean, before that, I'd be disappointed if that match was second. Because second is after the first Rumble, before the marquee singles match, and then the main Rumble. That's almost the pushover match. So if WWE put that second, that would be a disservice to both. I think second would be Drew versus Sammy, and then the co-main event would be AJ versus Gunther. But if we're talking AJ versus Gunther, yeah, I mean it's interesting. I think two scenarios probably. Obviously WWE are marketing this like a mini AJ farewell retirement tour. But actually, if you think about it in the long term, AJ's farewell tour has been for a while. His match with Cody Rhodes, the tag team run as well, John Cena as well. All of these nuggets have been an overall farewell run, except AJ didn't steal the limelight from Cena. Not that he would, but of course he would take some of the attention away. So he just allowed Cena to have a full farewell. And then the Royal Rumble is just the encapsulation of it. Like Shinsuke Nakamura's post after their match, where he stated that AJ was going to retire at the Royal Rumble anyways. So that's the first thing. And then if that means AJ retires at the Rumble, it means Gunther beats him, finally beats him clean. Again, adds to the name Legend Killer, which WWE just copyrighted a few days ago as well. But yes, that key statement of AJ Styles, which was he will not retire from wrestling in total, which means I think he would go to TNA. I think it'd have to be TNA, right? He close out in TNA. Some people are saying he goes to AEW. I know he's copyrighted certain phrases himself, but yes, I do think that the likelihood is AJ Styles does lose. Maybe not tap out, maybe just passes out to Gunther. Gunther gets Legend Killer. AJ goes TNA. Outside shot, he goes AEW. Now, in terms of the other possibility, maybe this is just all the retirement talk in the post have been a little bit of a swerve for AJ to somehow, maybe through a DQ, beat Gunther, beat him in a way that doesn't destroy Gunther's momentum, protects him, but also leads to a trilogy at WrestleMania. Because what is Gunther's program at the moment? If Gunther is not in the world title picture, what is he going to do? Options aren't many. Brock Lesnar could be an option. So yeah, either AJ does lose tomorrow, the likelihood goes to TNA, or a trilogy. That's how I see it here. And it will be a fun match. I mean, two of them styles clashes, no pun intended, of course. And it would be entertaining. And look, AJ will give us a nice farewell. 10 years ago, he came to WWE at the Royal Rumble. 10 years after departing, I think it would be poetic. And he would obviously get more of the attention and headlines doing it at the Rumble rather than at a WrestleMania. And of course, similar to the reasons you said about Stephanie Vaquer, while AJ is great, people like Shinsuke and Finn Balor are great. Wrestlers that are more pure wrestling than storytelling don't succeed in this industry, at least WWE, as much as vice versa. So I agree with you guys. Yeah. AJ gone TNA. Yes.
What happened to Omos? He's at Triple R at the moment. He's the bodyguard of Vikingo, actually. Big up Ansar. I think AJ goes TNA. I think that AJ's time is up. I think that's the main thing. I think he goes to TNA and his final run is in TNA as TNA champion. He looked at the title the last time he was there. There's a reason why they allowed him to go there that one time as well. And I think in terms of Gunther, him winning it and him having this, let's say, retirement moniker of pretty much similar to the Randy Orton's Legend Killer gimmick, but he retires pretty much retires wrestlers. I think his next stage would probably be to retire Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, maybe retire Rey Mysterio. You probably could retire Jeff Hardy. You could probably retire there's Kofi Kingston. That's another retirement that you could do. There's plenty of
Michael
wrestlers
Cole.
that are coming. Yeah, maybe retires Michael Cole, takes him out. There's plenty of superstars that are coming towards the end of their tenure. Finn Balor's another one that is coming towards the end of his tenure as well. So yeah, he could move this retirement gimmick for maybe another year or two. He could retire Roman. He could retire a few other wrestlers that are coming towards the end of their career as well. So I feel like for Gunther, this is a good this will be a I think this will be match of the night because I think Gunther versus AJ, the contrast of styles, the things that they will be able to do, regardless of where it is on the card, second or third, it's a toss up really. I think it'll be a great match, and I think Gunther does end up winning. And yeah, I think AJ does go to TNA, but I do see him even stepping out into a triple or AEW because he has some friends over there, and he said himself that he has people that he wants to face. So in terms of his New Japan past, there are people over there that he can team up with again, a la Bullet Club. You know, the likes of Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and etc. etc. Also with TNA. I think he probably himself would want to end his career at TNA, and I think maybe even end at a Slammiversary in the year 2026, because I think that would be the most poetic way for him to leave the sport as TNA champion and drop his boots in a TNA ring, the place that made AJ Styles. Yeah. Most wrestlers don't wrestle as much as they did before. Yeah. I think it's a good thing. A lot of the times in the past, people would wrestle through injuries. Also, they'd be addicted to certain painkillers and stuff like that because they over wrestled. So I think the modern day wrestling scene is a bit more safety preoccupied, which is good and bad at the same time, depending on what you think of the sport. Braun is spelled as number one entrant.
No, I can jump in.
Oh,
Basically, what happened is during SmackDown, I think it was during Damian Priest or someone's entrance, brought the ticker for entrant number one plus Braun Breaker came in, and that's why everyone is saying Braun Breaker will be your Iron Man. Braun Breaker will be the number one guy who comes out. But I don't know. I mean, I've edited videos before. Sometimes you just test things, and I know big production teams they put people's name and test them with numbers before an event during a dress rehearsal like a SmackDown. So I don't think it's spoiled as Braun number one. But if Braun Breaker isn't to win the Royal Rumble, him coming out earlier would obviously make sense.
yeah, for him to have a big rumble. But I think he ends up. I think he goes all the way if he comes out number one. To be honest, I think they do that for him.
You think he wins the thing?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. We've got one more match, obviously, one more match before.
I think Nighttime Kid will, who I says will win the Rumble. No, I'm just kidding.
But for me, one more thing before we get to the main event of the evening. Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Drew, you screwed me. Finally won the WWE Championship. Finally got his moment in the sun in front of the fans, being able to herald it in front of his own fans in Scotland, which was a good moment. Against Sami in his second home. Obviously, Mr. Canada himself, but he also has an affinity with the Arab world. Obviously, I think Syrian descendancy. The Saudis love him a lot. He pretty much every time he goes there, promo in Arabic, the fans love him. It's his second home, so to speak, in the way fans treat him. Biggest pops he does get in Saudi after Canada itself, and for me, I think this match could be the one where you see something different happen, because obviously Drew has put his hands on a couple superstars in the past, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu. So I feel like this match isn't going to be a clean match. I think there's going to be interference in it. Do I think Drew ends up winning? Yes. I think the storylines for Drew going forward in terms of him versus Cody, him versus Jacob Fatu going forward. There's more meat on the bone that we can have as Drew with champion, as Drew as champion, and more ways where we can have him antagonize and berate some of these superstars and kind of maybe start the wheels turning for a Cody heel run going forward. In terms of Sammy, he's just a nearly kid, I think. Wins by TQ, maybe Sammy wins by TQ. That could possibly happen. Drew has to obliterate him. I don't think he obliterates him. I think Sammy will have his moments because of where it is in the world. I think Sammy's gonna have a lot of moments. You're gonna see a lot of false finishes. Yeah, so I don't think they're gonna take the title off Drew, but I think Sammy's gonna have his moment in the sun to show him at his best. Maybe you're gonna see a couple hell over kicks, a couple false finishes, but yeah, I just don't think Sammy wins the title. They may swerve us all and have him win the title, but I don't really think if I'm thinking about it in terms of long-term booking, do I see Sammy going to WrestleMania and being that marquee for Vegas? No, I don't. I don't really. Not so much on the looks point, not even so much as a wrestling point. I just don't think he has the American fan base as much as he does the Canadian and Saudi fan bases. If this WrestleMania was in Saudi, I would say 100% have him be in that event. So I think next WrestleMania you may see Sammy as a champion or contending against the title when the WrestleMania is in Saudi. But because it's in Vegas, I think he loses this match. But what do you think, Augustia, in terms of Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE title?
5 years ago, I could see Sami Zayn winning the WWE Championship and going to WrestleMania with it, or even chasing the title at WrestleMania, especially with Vince. Even though some of the stuff that Vince did, especially towards the end, was quite deranged and sometimes delusional, cut adrift from what the masses usually wanted. It was prioritizing storyline and substance over commercial value a lot of the time as well. But I think today, you're right, for the reasons you said, King. He doesn't have the global appeal. Also, Sami Zayn is being called Sammy Hogan in many online spaces. Even with the YouTube likes button, he is getting some negative reception, similar to what Jey Uso got after becoming world champion. So yeah, I would say I would be stunned if Sami Zayn won. It wouldn't make sense from a short-term or long-term perspective. Of course, for the moment, as you said, his affinity with the Arab world, his Assyrian roots as well. But I just don't see that, especially because I think the plan for Drew McIntyre is the triple threat at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre, Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, which from a freshness perspective, from a diversity and varieties perspective, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It's far better and more unpredictable than something we already have. My concern with that is how are they going to be able to drag that along all the way till mid-April, while keeping the
I don't think it goes till then because you have Elimination Chamber in between. So I think that's the match for Elimination Chamber. You also have that. Remember that pay-per-view, so that could be a match for that time.
If that's the match for Elimination Chamber and Cody is QB1, what happens to Cody at Mania? Do they have and Cody can't have a rematch, can't have a shot at the belt, right? If Drew is the champion immediately.
I don't know. Maybe there's a part of the contract that says he can't. So who knows? That's a weird one. But to be honest, WWE changed, rules every or so often, maybe as well.
Retcon that probably.
Yeah. And so we did predict the Women's Rumble at the start.
But no, so I agree. I think whatever happens, whether Sammy wins by DQ, whether it's a bunch of Claymore kicks and obliteration, or a Blue Thunderbomb Haluva kick on the precipice of being the underdog that Sami Zayn has always been prescribed to be, at the end of it, when the bell is rung, Drew McIntyre will walk away with that belt. That's what's going to happen. Whether he's under the floor by Jacob Fatu or Cody Rhodes or not, he will walk away with the belt. That's how that will end, I think. But Sami Zayn will, of course, ignite the crowd, ignite hope, only to crush it. As Chris New says, he is the WWE Arsenal. Except one thing, he will be more loved than Arsenal is in Saudi Arabia. So, but one more thing as well. The comparison between the women's champs and the male champs, because we haven't had a show in I think 6 months about WWE, can we just talk about CM Punk and Drew McIntyre? Because those are two very good champions. Drew McIntyre is a very deserving champion. Punk is also a very deserving champion. Over the last 2 years, you can make the case they have been the two best male performers in terms of overall package. I mean, their feud in 2024 was cinema. It ticked all the boxes. Some of the wrestling matches were among the best you'd ever seen. The storytelling, the mic battles, oh, both of them A or S tier. And that is an understatement as well. And then CM Punk's run this month, by the way, beat Braun Breaker and The Vision. Quite a compelling match. And then obviously he beat Finn Balor. And then he beat AJ Styles, or he faced off against AJ Styles as well. Kudos to that man. Flowers for all of them, because CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are draws, but also champions with depth, length, and also quite compelling as well. So shout out to both of them for making the product a lot better. And thankfully, Drew McIntyre won.
Yeah, I think it was needed. I think it was needed to freshen up. Them two have been fresh faces. They've had a good couple years. Obviously, injuries and etc. has stopped Punk from getting the title early on. Yeah, Jay did have a good promo, but I don't see Jay being a singles champion anytime soon. I think he's going to stick to the tag team division with Jimmy. Jimmy's just only away for now because obviously with his wife and that. In terms of the women's rumble, I will quickly say that for answer, we pretty much said Liv, Rhea, your typical names will win the women's rumble because the champions aren't the biggest draws, so you need to have the foil of the second side of their match to be a draw. In order for those matches to kind of get the gas that it needs, especially when you look at the promos for WrestleMania. So the Livs, the Rheas are your likely opponents for the Vicurs and Jade Cargills of this world. And then we have the final main event, the Men's Royal Rumble. Now, a lot of rumors, a lot of things that are going to happen. The one thing we do know is that we're going to get a couple new faces. Finally, in the Royal Rumble, with the likes of Obafemi, with the likes of Mr. Bouncy himself, Javon Evans, with the likes of also Jacob Fatu coming in as well, and Dragon Lee, Penta. Do we have his brother? We might even have his brother in it. Hopefully, his brother's in it as well. I would like to see I hope Ray Phoenix is in it as well, because Ray Phoenix Penta together would be interesting to see in between that rumble. But yeah, the men's rumble for me is an interesting one. I would like you, Augustia, to start off. Where do you think they're going with? Obviously, the two champions are Punk and Drew. Who do you think are they going to be their opponents for WrestleMania? Or do you think the titles may change even at Elimination Chamber? Do you think these two guys are going to still be the champions by WrestleMania? And who do you think the opponents are going to be?
I think Punk stays champion till WrestleMania for sure. The only way Punk doesn't stay champion till WrestleMania is if they do the Braun and Punk switcheroo at Elimination Chamber. But I'm not sure how you build to that storyline wise, and that would be very repetitive as well and counterproductive to the whole Vision progression. So I think Punk stays till WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre, you never know. WWE could hot potato it. We've seen that Triple H is notorious for hot potatoing it, giving it to someone like a Maxine Dupree, then giving it back to his favorite in that division, being Becky Lynch. So you never know. I think Drew McIntyre is vulnerable, is at risk. WWE love to give him that moment of fame for a minute and then take it away back to give it to their favorite. So Drew McIntyre's one to watch. CM Punk not as much. Now when it comes to the Rumble, my goodness, King, I'm looking forward to it because there is a lot of unpredictability with storylines. Because let's not forget, while the Royal Rumble is obviously about who is going to main event WrestleMania or at the minimum face the world champion, it also builds the rest of the card. Like Roman, Seth, and Punk last year, we didn't expect that to be the outcome before the Royal Rumble. So I'm more excited to see what storylines happen. What happens with Brock Lesnar? That'll be really, really interesting because I think we'll find out who Brock Lesnar faces at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns as well. He's my one to watch for the Royal Rumble. That is probably the most boring one to watch pick, but I don't mean to win the Royal Rumble in terms of what's happening. Because reportedly, Nighttime Kid, I don't know, I'm sure you're aware. If not, Roman Reigns' contract is allegedly up in May 2026. And he hasn't signed a contract yet. Of course, with the family ties to the board, you would expect them to lock something down. But Roman, if you heard his interview with Pat McAfee, I don't think it was kayfabe. He took shots, not at Nick Khan. He complimented WWE from a commercial business perspective, but he criticized them from a kayfabe storyline perspective. He stated how he hasn't been in the championship scene for 2 years now. They haven't built a single superstar. Nobody has been built. Nobody has been blossomed into the best from a personality and performance standpoint. And King, I'm sure you would align with that statement as well. The guys that do look promising, the guys that have become nurtured the scene, are guys from NXT, like Trick Williams and Oba. So Roman Reigns is one to watch out because his contract situation is up in the balance. And the reason he's the one to watch out is because, again, according to multiple outlets close to WWE, the reliable insiders, Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes was nailed on. It was locked on for WrestleMania, the main event of WrestleMania 2 months ago. But for whatever reason, Triple H apparently vetoed that because he didn't want that to be the main event of WrestleMania. And I think there are some politics between Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Triple H behind the scenes. So obviously he circumvented that to have Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. So Roman Reigns is one to watch out to me. I think there's a big chance that he wins, simply because all the greats seem to have a legitimate Royal Rumble, and some of them have two Royal Rumbles, like a Cody Rhodes, for example. So I think Roman is my favorite to win the Royal Rumble, just because if he is to sign a new contract, he's your biggest draw commercially. He is your superstar. He is the face of the company, and also he is kayfabe-wise for the first time probably the most revered babyface competing in that. You heard the reaction that Saudi Arabia gave Cody Rhodes when he said that he wanted to win the Royal Rumble. So by all the metrics, Roman Reigns winning makes sense. And if it isn't Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble, yeah, Braun Breaker could be an option. Can never write out Cody Rhodes. Triple H seems to love the guy a lot. But I don't see it being an Obafemi, for example. I don't see it being a surprise like that. And real quick, when it comes to Seth in the comments, yeah, Seth Rollins does seem fit enough to move around. Maybe not fit enough to compete, but it wouldn't surprise me if WWE pulled a switcheroo. Austin Theory as the mole of the group. Seth Rollins comes in, eliminates Braun Breaker. That's the match for WrestleMania. And then Roman versus Punk is the match in the main event. And then Gunther versus Brock, maybe. So, and then Cody, Drew, and Fatu. That could be the direction they're heading in the men's division.
That would suck to me, I'll be honest. I hope they don't do the switcheroo with Seth. Yeah, stay out. Stay injured, I'll be honest with you. Won that guy. But thank you, Nighttime Kid. I think in terms of the men's, yeah, Roman is probably your biggest baby face. For me, I would like him to go after Drew. I think that storyline hasn't been explored fully yet.
The Bloodline Hunter.
Yeah, he did say he was going after the Bloodline. They've had history. They're on the opposite sides. Obviously, at the time, Roman was the heel, Drew was the face. But I think that's a storyline that needs to be explored. I think, for me, it will never make sense for Roman to go after the World Heavyweight Championship, because he did say verbatim, it's the B-side championship, it's the loser bracket, when he berated Seth Rollins. So if he's going to, I don't think that his character in any way would contradict himself in that essence. So if he does win Royal Rumble, he'll go after the title that he probably believes he should have never lost, and bring it back to where it belongs to him and his bloodline, etc., etc. So Roman Reigns, I think, if he does win it, he goes after Drew. I think in the other side, you may not even need Braun Breaker to win the Royal Rumble to go after Punk. You may have him win the Elimination Chamber. I think it might be more badass to have Braun win an Elimination Chamber against 5 other great superstars. That gives him the title match versus Punk. Or maybe you even see someone else comes out of that. For me, in terms of the Final Four, I would love to see Obafemi in the Final Four. I think he deserves it. I think he deserves a big Royal Rumble push. I hope he doesn't have some bullshit spot. I hope they give him and Javon time to shine, because I think those are the two superstars of the future alongside Braun Breaker. and it'll be interesting. I think there's a lot of good. To be honest, I think there's a lot of good names that's going to be in that matchup. The likes of the Dragon Lees and Pentas, your Luchadors that are going to be doing something different. It'll be interesting to see if Dominic Mysterio makes an appearance at all. That'll be interesting to see if he's in it at all, because we haven't really seen him. And obviously, I think it would be poetic for him to be taken out by Obafemi, leading to an IC title matchup sort of thing. Because I think Obafemi going after the IC title would work. And yeah, I just hope that they make more storylines, more things coming out of that title. I don't see Jey Uso being up there anymore. I think he's a tag team guy for now. Him and Jimmy with the tag team titles. I think you stick them to the tag team division. They did the Jay experiment. It didn't work out. I don't think he has the promo or the wrestling skills to be main event for me in a long term. So in terms of the current names that they have, I look at Roman. I look at maybe Brock Lesnar's gonna be an outlier. What he's gonna do, who's gonna take him out? That'll be fun. Solo Sikoa is another one that I think deserves a moment at some point in the future. I think his work with the MFTs has been great. He's made the Wyatt Six interesting. I think that's one of the things that he needs to be praised for. He's actually given a feud against the Wyatt Six that has allowed for them to be somewhat interesting as well. So that is something to look at. Outside of that, I don't think anyone else is really there. Obviously, Gunther's gonna be in the Rumble as well as the AJ Styles match, so he may be an outside shot to win the Rumble. Maybe have the double whammy, have Gunther be the career killer and the world champion. Who knows?
Also, Sami Zayn outside shot given it Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, obviously Sami Zayn if he goes into the match, but we'll see. We'll see. Don't get me started with Jay. Solo v Braun versus Brock, maybe. W former champ. Let's get ready to rumble. Big up Rasta Stocks in the building as well.
Yeah, can I say something real quick? On Zier's point, I agree. I think the three winners that would piss off the entire WWE universe and community and wouldn't make sense from a storyline perspective: Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and Brock Lesnar. Neither of those three need to be winning this Rumble at all. None of them do. Cody Rhodes, his character, as King said when he opened up the show, completely stale. We need an unfiltered. We need an unhinged. We need a maybe even borderline Homelander Cody Rhodes. Something that is a bit interesting. And real quick on your point about Roman going after the loser's title, I think that's the exact reason why he should go after the loser's title. Because just like the comments he made on Pat McAfee's show, the WWE product and the appeal and the prestige has been dwindling a little bit. And who else but Roman Reigns to come show that I can make a loser's title the most prestigious title ever? It would also show a bit of character growth as well while doing that. So, and Roman versus Punk, the story is there. The story is written. We saw what happened after Survivor Series, the build up to Survivor Series, which in my opinion, WWE were trying to foreshadow Roman versus Cody that may still happen, probably won't happen. So I agree with you. But
I think Roman versus Cody is the year after. I think that happens in Saudi.
No, I would, but I think it's going to be The Rock, because as sources reveal, The Rock is going to get the most lucrative wrestling contract ever for his farewell match.
Please, Rock, stay in Hollywood. Stay in Hollywood. I do not want to see that bum in a wrestling ring. He ruined last year's WrestleMania with his foolishness and the Scent brother, who was his name, Travis Scott. You shitty music anyway. Bun them guys, bro. I don't want
Fiend versus.
I do not want to see The Rock back in a wrestling ring. I do not want to see The Rock back in a wrestling ring. Stay out. Stay in Hollywood. You're retired. John Cena, The Rock, Batista. I do not want to see you guys again. Triple H, you're retired. I don't want to see you guys again. I barely want to see Chris Jericho back. I just want him to do it's all about the walls, and then he can go again. Because CM Punk, he's about 2 matches away from being for him to go as well, man. I'm tired of these old wrestlers, bro. Get rid of them.
Anyway. Zir, we're bringing The Rock. We're bringing the final boss to Saudi Arabia. That's what we're doing. He's coming to Saudi Arabia.
I hope he gets booed out the building. I hope he gets booed out the building. I'll be honest, King, you You want Paige? Paige
Oh,
for the women's
that-
rumble would be good. That would be interesting. I would like to see that.
Yes,
I think
nighttime kid. That would be one of the, not even a surprise necessarily, but that'd be fun. That'd be a really
Jeff
fun
Hardy coming back would be fun, but he's over there in TNA doing his thing. But in terms of Brock, I think you have Gunther eliminate Brock to have that be a matchup going forward. I think he beats up AJ and then he takes out Brock. That leads to the Gunther Brock situation where he says, "Listen, I'm the retirement man. It's time. Your time is up, Brock." I think that's what happens. Big up Deontay, and then I think Chris Jericho does return. I think it does. And then I think in terms of who else? Who was the other brother that you said?
I think LA
Cody Rhodes. In terms of Cody Rhodes, I hope Randy Orton takes him out. Because for me, I feel like we need to start this real wheels turning of a heel Cody Rhodes. Imagine your own mentor, your friend, the one you've been glazing the whole time. He's the one that takes you out of the title match. He's the one that ruins the only opportunity you can go after the title because of that clause. Randy takes out Cody. Gunther takes out Brock, and you have those be matches at WrestleMania, grudge matches. And I think I told you, I even told Jester, yeah, man, LA Knight Chamber, maybe LA Knight in the Chamber match as well.
But can I on the Gunther thing, on the Gunther Brock thing, I think reportedly Brock is eyeing a SummerSlam retirement. So Gunther would obviously be the one to retire him. That's pretty much set in stone. So if Brock's gonna retire at SummerSlam, I don't think they're gonna have Brock beat Gunther at Mania or Gunther beat Brock twice in a row. So if Seth's not coming back, you will 100% see something between Brock and the Vision, because Paul Heyman did say that they have someone special going to protect the Vision, right? That'd obviously be Brock. So watch out for the Brock Vision dynamic. Brock maybe eliminates Braun Breaker, and then it's Braun Breaker versus Brock. Yeah, that could be it.
Braun versus Brock. That could be nice.
That would be it.
Or maybe Obafemi takes out Brock. That would be nice as well.
Would be Obafemi should eliminate Brock, but Brock should go after Braun Breaker, or Oba beats Brock at Mania. I don't know. And the other thing we forgot about real quick about the Women's Rumble, AJ Lee.
Oh yeah. What's she gonna do?
I just remembered that. So she might be there. She might even, I don't know, win. Dare I say it, commercially win the Rumble. I don't know, but I'm still sticking with Liv.
Kevin Owens is injured. I don't know if he's ever gonna come back. Hopefully he does. But the injury he had, it's a bad one. It's a bad one. I think if Kevin Owens was still around, I think him and Sammy could be a main event at WrestleMania. But
world title match too.
That could be a match that could happen. That would ideally, I would love to see Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania Saudi at the main event for the title.
Yeah, and Ansar is right. That is the plan, probably. AJ eliminating Becky. Yeah.
That would make sense, because then you have AJ versus Becky for the IC title. So all I wanted this Rumble is to have some surprises, to have some matches set up for WrestleMania, and actually have an idea of what's going to happen next. And I'm happy that there's a bit more intrigue to the Royal Rumble this year, because I feel like previous years there's been a little bit of predictability, but also I would like maybe them to do something different, maybe something unique, maybe have a winner that we don't expect, similar to the J. But if you're going to pick someone to be an unexpected winner, make sure he's a good wrestler, because Jay sucks. But Gusty, anything else you would like to say before we close out, obviously, for the Royal Rumble or wrestling going forward?
No, but I think we will get a very clear indication of the road to WrestleMania. Nighttime Kid, that'd be sick. That'd be a swerve, and he's the best wrestler of all time as well. So I think King will be really happy with that one. But
what, Zawa?
Yeah,
them two brothers. The fact that they got a title match. Them, what's it called? American Alpha. Them bums. Them two, and what's her name?
Maxine.
Yeah, Maxine Dupree. Stay in catering. Rubbish. Otis on his own could have been something. They had so many times to pull the trigger to have an Otis versus Chad Gable, storyline that would have made sense, but they didn't do it. Otis could have been something big if they pulled the trigger at the right time, but they let him down. But the other two, yeah, bums. Go back to NXT or something, because yeah, rubbish.
But yeah, I mean tomorrow I am maybe. Oh yeah, we'll see number 30. But yeah, tomorrow I think we get surprises from TNA, AAA, also NXT. I think we'll get surprises from there. But also, I think for the most part, Triple H has been prioritizing the active talent rather than out of pocket surprises. So I think that's how it will be. I think the bigger surprise, Triple H said to expect surprises. The biggest surprise will be the Rumble being good. I think that will be the biggest surprise. That will be the most pleasant.
Yeah. It needs to be though. It needs to be.
But
Who
I think
actually no Triple R. Who out of Triple R would you like to see, or TNA? Or even NXT we haven't heard of. Obviously,
yeah,
Joe is a name that could possibly Iguana. Iguana would be nice.
I think he would be the one that makes the surprise appearance, right? Because I think he would probably be the one with okay, I don't know if this is a direct comparison with the Joe Hendry level clout, except probably more than Joe Hendry. So Vikingo as well. Yeah, I would love him to be there.
Vikingo, Leon Slater. The Bouncy twins, Leon Slater and Javon Evans, the young OGs, Lolo Vice.
We don't have enough spots.
You go Page. We'll see what happens. I'm probably not going to do a watch along for the Rumble, so I don't know if I'm going to do one. I'll be honest with you, but I'll probably do a review afterwards. Do a review. But yeah, we'll see.
King, who do you have in your final four? If you had to
for
pick.
The men's,
I'm
gonna say ideally, and then I'm gonna say what I want, and then I think what's gonna happen. What I want would be Oba Roman Braun, and Oba Roman Braun, and who would be the fourth?
Cody.
Nah, I don't want Cody.
Oh, sorry. Ideally, yeah, you don't want him there. I agree.
Who would be the fourth? You know what? Why not? Trick Willie. Why not, man? He's been looking like a star out here. They put him in the main event scene. Why not? Damien. Oh, hell no. That Aurelus clown. Have you seen him? Every time he comes out, bro, no one says nothing, bro. Aurelus. He's Slayer. Oh, man. Oh, I don't know if he makes it that far.
I think him and Cody has something. Him, Cody, Drew probably come. I don't know.
Yeah, something's gonna happen with him with that trick. But yeah, ideally, I would like to see Oba and Trick Willie alongside Braun and then alongside Roman. That would be an interesting final four, because I think it would be two new guys, three guys of the future and Roman. And maybe it might be a way of Triple H saying, fuck you, Roman. You say we don't have stars, try and beat three of them. Why not? But what I think is going to happen is going to be Roman, Cody, Braun, and who would be the fourth? Gunther, probably.
Yeah.
Something like that.
How would you have Gunther go out if he's final four? Just the gang bang on him? Because WWE, with the way that they're launching Gunther, I don't know if they would have. Maybe Roman would be the only one that could 1-for-1.
Yeah, Roman, maybe.
I mean, same with Oba. I mean, Oba, you'd either have a crowd of people eliminate him, or just Roman as the final two. Like, genuinely, I would have a Roman Oba final two.
Yeah, maybe.
And even though it's predictable,
maybe a Randy could take out some of these guys because he's got the clout name. Randy can take some of those type of guys out. Randy could take out a Gunther, maybe. Anyone who's a legend a legend should take Gunther out, because Gunther's the legend killer, or he's got the same gimmick as Randy, basically. The career killer, legend killer. That could be something in the future, possibly, if they wanted to go down that route. It just depends who they want his matchup to be. But yeah, it'll be interesting. That's the thing is, I think with this Royal Rumble, you have a lot of names that you don't know how they're going to get eliminated, but will be interesting to see how they do it. But I just hope that they do right by Obafemi and Trick Williams. I hope they do right by Braun Breaker. I hope they do right by Jacob Fatu. But unfortunately, a lot of guys are going to come out earlier than expected. But we'll see. We'll see, man. I just hope everyone gets their moment to shine and it's a good Rumble.
I
But there's
agree.
not much else I can say, really. Gonna watch it tomorrow. Chill. I probably don't want to do. No. I probably won't do a watch along for it. I just want to chill and watch it and see what happens, and then we'll do a review afterwards. But yeah, we'll be back for a review. I think that'll be the best way to do it. But Augustia, anything coming up?
Yeah,
What? No.
I think the ones in the sky is coming up because I think Roman Reigns is going to win the Royal Rumble, and I think they're going to finally give him his moment, a legitimate Royal Rumble where he is revered rather than a baby face that is despised. So, the revered Roman Reigns Rumble, and then Roman versus Punk, or like you said, King Roman versus Drew would be sick. We will be there, Chris. LA Knight is a good shout. Yes, because Triple
LA
H
Knight, maybe.
Oh, they love the pump fake with LA Knight, don't they? Just give
Yeah,
everyone.
but he got berated. I swear. Ever since he got
Yeah.
berated in that behind the scenes footage thing, he's never been the same. Jacob, Cody, I think brawl if anything. Yeah, they could brawl. They probably take it. You know what? Jacob and Cody take each other out. Maybe.
Yeah,
And
I mean
continue
they're
that feud.
the Roman Rollins of this year, probably.
Yeah. Where they.
I mean,
Or Drew
real quick,
comes out and takes them both out. Maybe does the same thing again, and then have them full fight in that.
yeah, cinema. I mean, real quick, returns. Who do we returns? Who do we think could be some returns? Because for me, obviously, I think Chris Jericho is the heavy favorite, no
Yeah.
doubt about that. That's a done deal. I think don't discount Seth Rollins. Maybe not even as a participant, but just in some capacity. LA Knight, I think Dominic Mysterio would return as well. Apart from that, I don't know. Would there be any surprise returns?
Powerhouse Hobbs is
Yeah.
signed to WWE he's got a new name. So Powerhouse Hobbs is
Right.
AEW superstar that's coming.
Yes.
But I don't know if they're gonna do it on a Rumble or are they gonna wait till maybe a Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania type situation. But he's someone that will come soon to
Also,
WWE.
sorry, I don't want to interrupt. The Saudi Arabian superstar WWE just signed. He'll be another one.
I hope to hell that he's not a entrant. I hope to hell they don't do that. That will piss me off if he's one of the. There's 30 spaces. Unless you want to turn it into a 40-man rumble, which I would love, because there's more than enough man to do 40, or make it maybe the greatest Wrestle Rumble ever. That's the only time that you should see him in a. I hope to hell that they don't waste the spot on the Saudi man. I hope he comes out and then someone takes him out and takes the spot off him. That's what I hope happens. That would be great.
And then Mr. Beast, Speed, one of those guys.
Hell no, I don't want a celebrity spot either. Don't do it, please. If there's any celebrity spots or that Saudi wrestler,
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Good, I swear down, they should just be sitting, clapping, watching the real wrestlers do their thing. No, I don't want no celebrities. This Rumble is too important for me. This is the Rumble that will decide whether I watch WWE going forward, because I'm at a crossroads where this modern day TKO WWE has lost me for a lot of it. Like the whole last year was terrible. Start this year has got slightly better, but this Rumble it's at a crossroads, pardon the pun, of whether it's gonna be epic or not. And if they do some bullshit during these Rumbles, then yeah, I might be done with WWE altogether.
No more crossroads. Let's go to sleep for King. No more WWE.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I see Drew Cody, WrestleMania triple threat.
Absolutely.
That would be nice. But we'll see what happens. Because as I said, they've done their marketing in certain ways where there's certain guys that have to be in these matches. So we'll see what they do. But yeah. We'll be back after the Rumble for the review at some point during the week. Maybe even after the Raw. We'll see. Sure. Just to review everything and see what has happened. And yeah, man. Not much else. Jacob wins. I would love for Jacob Fatu to win. I think he's a superstar, but I don't think. No Finn. Yeah, no Finn. That was disrespectful. I'll be honest with you. The moment when they said there no spaces left for Finn Balor. Yeah, that's another thing. If there's no space for Finn Balor and I see a celebrity spot, I bet Finn Balor better come out and take that man out. I swear down, he better come out and put a whooping onto whoever's got that spot because it's disrespectful out here, man. That's the prince. That's the creator of the Bullet Club. The Bullet Club just died the other week. You know what I'm saying? So it would be. I would love for him to come out and take someone's spot. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, this has been African King Academy in Augustia. Royal Rumble preview. And yeah, we'll be back for the review as well, man. Big up to everyone inside. Big up to Chris New. Big up to Ansar. Big up to Zir Talks. Big up to Nantrum, aka Deontay. Big up to Nighttime Kid. Big up to Rasta Stocks. Big up to Vigilante. Am I missing anyone? Oh, Donservations TV. I'll be there on his channel in a little piece as well. And yeah, man, I just look for a good rumble because, as I said, I love you, Solo. Onto the question: do you have a channel?
I do not yet, but I will be creating a clips channel very soon. But I'm bouncing in between a bunch of channels like African King Academy and of course Ekavin's channel too, AN Sports.
Oh yeah, you can find them on AN Sports. They have a lot of good tennis shows recently. Obviously, it's the Australian Open. They had the preview for the final, and they'll probably have a review for that as well. So if you're into your tennis, yeah, he'll be on that show.
Yeah, but I mean, even though I'm on that show, it seems like King is making the biggest impact because you are ruffling those feathers, man. My goodness, you guys just for that, the way King. If you guys know Ekevin's a massive Djokovic fan. Genuinely, a slight criticism of Djokovic. He goes left. Mark Goldberg steroids rant. That's what he turns into.
Yeah, but no, big up Djokovic though. Djokovic versus Carlos Alcaraz coming up as well, so that's going to be fun. And yeah, Formula One as well. It'll be in the Formula One shows as well. Obviously, Formula One's back soon as well, so looking forward to that. But yeah, big up everyone inside. This has been Royal Rumble, King Academy, and yeah, Augustia will make a channel soon, and we're out, people. Peace. It's time to play the outro.